Finally, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Episode 2. Yes. Yesterday, a lot of things happened. Last week, a lot of things happened. And the week before, a lot of things happened. And I know that from the responses we got from the trends that we did for the upper week, that this week can only get better.
Yeah, sure.
So welcome Diola, welcome Omoye, welcome Amobi, and welcome Wanola. All right, there's so much. I mean, we have to just get into it because this week was content week, and like content was just the week. Remember, I promised it was going to be a jam-packed week, right?
Yeah.
Just so much from the content creation, content marketing from Alex Asomba, content creation tips from the CEO Digi of Virus, to things like the workplace mindset from the Tallest Niger. That is his handle. Yeah. He is tall. Mr. Oluyemi Adeosun.
It was the height. I was like, what?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's an HR consultant. So that session was an amazing one. You'll find out that the things he taught you, when we get to the week where you're going to have your interviews, that it's going to be really, really valuable and relevant. So yeah. Then remember the filmmaking session with Lucky Wani, and of course photography with Victoria Idubo. And of course, we can't go but talk about the research class. Baron came to talk to us about 5 things that research has taught us on digital marketing and what really works in Nigeria. So, and of course, then we'll talk about at least one national trending topic, and then we'll talk about one global trending topic. So are we set?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So let's start with content creation. Can we remember some of the things that Mr. Dijiatunwa talked about? Some of the tips.
Okay, first, ask for engagement. It's very key. When you post something, ask people, would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? Or how do you see this person? So people can
like
also
or share. You have to
like or share.
Okay.
So you engage with your audience.
You have to create content that gets to people's emotion, that connects with people's emotion. Then they would understand your message. They would get your message faster.
So it's all about emotions. And not transactions.
Yeah.
Yep.
For me, it's basically jumping on trends. You have to be socially alert. You have to know what's trending, what's happening.
And of course, that means you have to be listening, online listening to what's happening to be able to know what's trending.
Yes, of course. You also emphasize that we have to know what our audience wants. So depending on what kind of audience that follows you, you need to serve them what it is that they're interested in.
Yes, absolutely. I remember that. Of course, he gave us so many tips. He actually gave us
15.
10, and then 16. Gave us extra tips.
exactly.
Yeah, but there's too many to talk about. But one thing that we should also take away was that you need to decide who your audience will be. Everybody can be your audience.
Yes.
So the more niche you are for online, the better. All right, let's talk workplace mindset. Workplace mindset. Very key. And very key for all the young ones out there following us. So let's start with Adiola. Adiola, tell me one thing you remember from the session.
One thing I remember is a lot of us take for granted the little things we learn from the experiences we have. So Mr. Adeosun emphasized that whenever you go for interviews,
and they ask you for experience.
It's not necessarily that you must have worked somewhere. You gain experience from everything around you. For instance, if you worked in your mother's shop, for instance, or you must have learned some communication skills or some customer management skills. So you can as well put that on the table.
Taking inventory, accounting, because you're doing plus and minus, you're giving people money.
So it adds to your experience.
Fantastic. Amoye?
For me, it's volunteering. You don't have to just sit back there and say there are no jobs. Put yourself out there. Try to do something. Start from somewhere.
And I like that point. I like that point because that's one of the things that I also try and put out there. So when a young person tells me I've been home for 2 years, 3 years, no work, I say, hey, volunteer. And volunteering could be whether it's in church or for a not-for-profit, a project. If you can volunteer for a one-day project, you can volunteer for 3 months, you can volunteer for 6 months, for all I care. The experience you learn while volunteering, you can put on your LinkedIn profile, you can put on your resume. Nobody's going to ask you, were you paid or not paid? So it's really important. Yeah, obviously he taught so many other things. It was a 2-hour session, but just follow us, and I'm hoping more people get on the program. Then you'll be able to learn. This is just for us to give you snippets and just get you to be part of our class. All right, so let's talk filmmaking, videography class. Lucky Wani, an amazing cinematographer that I know and I've worked with, took the class, and it was such an engaging class.
Very
And he taught us a few points. So what do we remember?
He said movement is key.
Yes, movement is key.
Okay, movement
And
is
of course, stability in that movement.
Right.
I remember when he talked about movement, he talked about not zooming in. As much as possible, you actually move towards your object, your subject or your object. Okay, now, Omoye, what do you remember from the
what I
geography
remember
class?
is the third rule of the third. So when you're videoing someone, when you're capturing someone, you don't put the person
In the center.
directly. Yeah, you have to come from another angle to get a better picture of the person.
So just imagine that your frame is divided into 3 thirds, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Always try to position your subject in 1/3
of the
of
screen.
it, and that's either on this side or on the other side, so that it's not centralized. Okay, so the rule of thirds. Amobi.
We can't just but still stress on the importance of moving into your image, to your subject, not zooming in, because when you zoom in you lose lots of details, but when you move in you get everything, and when you move out.
And when he talked about that movement
Yeah.
and not zooming in, he talked about the different equipments that you could use.
Yeah.
So apart from you using your own movement with your body and moving in stability, there are things like gliders, there are things like rollers that you can use that help to automate the movement process. So when you watch movies and you're seeing the thing moving or panning or whatever, it's because they've used some equipment.
Yes.
And that moves us
Yes,
to
exactly. Panning.
panning.
You know, some people would want to move and they just do. No, you don't do that. It's a gradual process. So you pan, right.
And there's another
And then
movement.
when you're panning back, you pan left gradually.
And what was
also
the other
you can also tilt up, and you do that gradually up this way.
And
You know, it gives you the details, like when you're taking someone from bottom to top, and then you pan down.
you guys were listening. You were listening. Fantastic. So let's talk photography.
Okay. So photography, what I took out of that class is when you want to take a picture, it's better you give your own settings to the camera. You know, some people just use the automatic and then they take just random pictures. But when you you determine the setting you want to use, you can take whatever picture, whatever you see in your head, you can actually actualize it with that setting.
Okay, for me, lighting is key. If you want to have a wonderful image, you need to master how to use the lights.
For photography, we have different types. You have the street photography, you have wildlife photography, you have portrait, landscape photography. There's a whole lot that we learned.
And you mustn't forget what every photographer must know: the exposure triangle, which is made up of the ISO, the shutter speed, and the aperture.
I'm so proud of you. You were listening in class. Oh my goodness. Fantastic. So let's talk about the research class. So Baron came and she spoke to us about 5 things that research has taught us about digital marketing. We cannot but emphasize the importance of research. Remember, I kept on stressing it that before you jump into, I'm going to do the campaign, I'm going to do a strategy, you must have data. Data is what every client wants to hear, that was what you referred to, that's what informed your decision towards doing a particular thing. So let's talk about 5 of the things that she mentioned.
Okay, capture your audience with your first 5 seconds.
Fantastic.
There's nothing like the first impression.
Yeah.
So your first impression.
Particularly when it's digital.
Exactly, when it's digital.
The attention span is less.
Exactly.
You have to create native content. You have to create content that matter to the people. You can't just adapt what is happening in the Western world and get it to Africa and you want to push it into Africa.
When you talk about native content also, you need to also make sure that when you're creating content, if it's going to be for Instagram, you must be thinking, this is going to be for Instagram. So whether it's the time limit, is the format and all, you have to have that also in mind when it comes to native content. And what I want us to remember fully for the class that Baron told us about research was that all communication is meant to help people feel something, think something, and what? Most importantly, do something. Let's not forget that. And of course, we ended the week with, of course, you did social media marketing, Facebook marketing. Can we talk about some of the things that you remembered from your Facebook class?
Okay, one, the kind of how do you title your message is very, very important because of SEO, so that you can rank higher. So know the keywords and use it to title.
And also, don't forget tagging.
Yes.
Like for example, if you are uploading a video on Facebook, you shouldn't be lazy. You put a title, but you should also be very conscious about and strategic about putting the right tag so that when people are searching, it brings up, you're discoverable. Okay. So if your client comes and they tell you that they have just a client base for now of 20 people and they want to use Facebook messaging, do you think that with Facebook messaging and a client base of just 20, that you should set up auto responses, or do you think you should be doing customized responses?
Don't set up
customized responses.
I'm proud of you. You were listening. Yes, it's really important. Yes, it's good to use technology to automate the process, but as much as possible, remember that the end user, the person that is writing to your company, that's engaging with your company, wants as many of the interactions to be human interface. Okay? So when you don't need to, it's better you do customized, and then of course you're responding as fast as you can. Okay. Oh, let's talk reputation management. Mojisola Saka, the COO of Soulcoms, was with us, and she talked about your reputation.
A very nice class.
A very nice class. All the classes are actually very nice. So, Wanola, what do you remember from the reputation management class?
When you manage your reputation, you have less sanctions, and then you can also retain your integrity, so that investors would want to invest with you. But when you have so many scandals or you have so many issues with your online reputation, investors would definitely want to steer clear of you.
Okay, and you need to be very mindful of your reputation, because your reputation is going to drive your growth, your survival in your business, is going to drive your success in your business, and it's going to lead to the growth of your business.
The consequence of having a bad reputation online is really terrible, because it will take a whole lot of time to clear up such kind of reputation, and it could cost you a whole lot, even business, contracts, so you just don't want to get into all of that.
And she also talked about what drives reputation. She talked about honesty, integrity, trust, and
So you see that it's harder to actually clean up a bad reputation that has gone online than, so the best thing is to make sure you're proactive. And then of course, if you have a good reputation, you need to build on it. You need to then do more things to increase the equity and the reputation. That was a mouthful. What a week. So let's talk about one of the, there were a few local trends, but one of the ones that really caught my eye was the research was done in the northern part of Nigeria, in Kano to be specific. I mean, because of one, the growth of mobile usage in Nigeria. That's the number one place people access internet in Nigeria, actually. So, but Kano has over 60 million mobile phone users. So a research was just mobile phones. And so the research was carried out there to find out what people are doing with WhatsApp. And it was, the research came back to show that women are using it now. A lot of northern women are using it for education, that's trainings, to help them with their e-commerce, so businesses, their small businesses, and of course even political activism. That one surprised me, but it's a good thing. What are your thoughts on this trend happening in the North?
I think it's a laudable one, to be honest, because we all want, for example, looking at it from the political aspect, we all want change, and one of the issues we have affecting that is the hierarchy you have to go through. You want to see your representative. So this has breached that barrier. So now you can talk to them easily on your social media platform, which is WhatsApp.
Or somebody that you knows someone that knows that person, but you're discussing the issues.
Okay, in terms of education, sharing of information and knowledge on WhatsApp is inexpensive and very simple. So this woman has actually shared information, get them to get clarification on things. So I think WhatsApp is making education, is making information sharing very, very effective and simple.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk the global trend. Somebody, one brand, an important brand, launched two.
Yes, and
they launched two products. They launched two products. So Apple on the 30th of October launched two new products: a new iPad Pro. And a new Mac, excuse me. So let's talk a little about that.
Okay, the storage system is what caught me. 1 terabyte.
Yes.
Wow.
1
like that
terabyte.
Some systems don't even have up to that. That is a walking system.
And the new iPad Pro comes with face recognition, no home button, so I don't think anyone can steal
No
it.
home button.
No home button. Just face recognition.
Oh, okay. I found that you could make use of some Adobe softwares like Photoshop. So it's like a mobile creativity tool.
Yes.
On the move, you can do whatever you want to do anywhere and anytime.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to actually feeling one, touching one. And of course,
it's $799.
That's a lot of money.
And they also, I didn't say buying one. I said like touching one, feeling one.
That, Ma, before you feel it, let me test it for you. I'll be glad to do that.
Oh, and they also launched a Mac, a
MacBook Air.
MacBook Air. So, best of luck to Apple.
Yeah.
I'm an Apple fan, so like it's exciting and all that. I'm not really sure. I've always asked myself, would I ever go queue for a day or 2 days in front of an Apple shop just because I want to? No, I think I'm one of those that gets on the trend after it has happened.
Yeah.
No, it's not that serious. All right, but I wish them all best of luck. So that's how we come to the end of this week's trends. What a week.
With
What a
3,
week.
it's going to be better.
The next week is going to also be amazing. Every single week is amazing. We're just even so excited. We're getting ready for our first agency tour.
So,
Yeah.
Next week we'll tell you about the agency tour. Right? It's all exciting. So they will be presenting for the very first time to a client. Yeah, to a client. So we'll come back and talk about whoever comes first. And all that. All right. So always follow us on Trends This Week.